So welcome back once again. So I want to talk about the work life, all right? Because a lot of people, you are interested in, you want to study, you want to work. Like for me, I don't really advise people to have that mentality that when you come, you just want to come and be working. Please, I'm not doing work visa. Let me state that first. This is not a work visa. I've never mentioned work visa before. You understand? It's a study visa. Now, you should understand that the study visa only allows you to work. You understand what I'm saying? So with your study visa, you can work with your study visa. You understand what I'm saying? Now, because I know a lot of us, you are looking for greener pastures and all like that. Some people just want to use the study as a cover up. It has, please, you can do the two. I'm saying this because, and so you don't come and, start causing problems, for the school, for the immigration, or even for the agents that brought you. Because I mean, right now they're believing here they have this thing that Nigerians especially, we don't come to study, we really come to work. That's why even some schools don't even accept Nigerian documents. You understand why? Because they believe they don't come to club. Because one thing people don't know is that any school that gives you admission, the immigration gives you invitation letter. The immigration will be in check. You understand? By the time you now come and you just come and now work, you just work. It becomes a problem for the immigration. It becomes a problem for the school. You understand? Bible says wisdom is profitable to direct. You understand what I'm saying? You can merge the two. Schooling here is not this thing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying this before I even talk about the work aspect. Schooling here is not as like the way it is in our country now. It's easy. Sometimes you can do online. Sometimes, the most important thing is that you should be active. They should see you in classes, even though be every time, say, but me, be say, you go like, I said there was a guy, I used to say to my because that thing, he almost put me for problem. 3 months. You only went about twice or 3 times. That's very bad. You understand? I understand that, okay, you will still work, you will make your money. In fact, people don't know that even through that study route, you can get even more jobs that you don't even, because these people are people that they really love value. They love what you can add. They love what you can, you understand, what you can give them. They love it. It's not about what you want to take, and with that said, you even get more opportunities. People don't, I used to say something. Listen, there are a lot of opportunities here, but it depends on you personally. How are you able to maximize it? How are you able to take advantage of the opportunities? Talking about jobs, there are a lot of jobs. Either you understand the language or not. Some people used to believe that if I don't understand the language, I won't be able to work. It's a lie. Listen, either you understand the language or not, you would be able to work. There are some jobs that does not even require you to speak the language. There are some jobs that, for example, now someone that is teaching English, does he need to understand language? No, now. So there are some jobs that does not, but there are some jobs, of course, I'm not saying the language is not important. Of course, that's why I doubt that was the first thing I discussed in this meeting, to let you know how important the language is. I said something before that if you're in a country where you don't understand the language, you are just like an illiterate, and that's the truth. So you need to have a proper understanding of the language. And one thing about the language is this, the more you live in the country, the more you get to understand it. You understand? The more you studying in class, the more you're meeting with people, the more by the time you live 1 year, after 1 year self, you must have been able to start speaking the basic things because language is not really that hard. You understand? So, but either you understand the language or not, of course, you'll be able to get a job and you will be able to get a job. So, but there are still some jobs that if you don't have an idea of the language, you cannot get it. You understand? Which is why the language is still important. Even if the job we do self no require you to speak language, at least if they know, for example, they don't pay your money, sure you need to ask now. But that was just a joke. But yeah, either you um understand the language or not, of course, you will be able to work. All right. Now, talking about jobs, there are different type of jobs. Now, let me also say this. Some people used to think when they come abroad, like, money is falling like grass. You understand? All your people, all your relative that you have abroad, see, let me tell you something. And it's the truth. Some of them will not even tell you the kind of job that they are doing. You understand? And you now, you're just like, okay, they're abroad. Yeah, they're making money. Why? Yeah, of course. Because now the money matter. It's not about the job now. Some of them, they tell you the kind of jobs they are doing abroad. You that are in Nigeria, you'll still be thanking God. I'm telling you, you will be thanking God. But of course, everybody's looking for, where to, make more money, where to, get more greener pastures and all like that. And that is the same mentality I want to come with. Because some of you are messaging me now, you already have some kind of jobs in your mind that you want to do. Please, just come, not going to be a shock to you. It's very, very realistic. You understand? You are traveling to a new country. Of course, you know that. I mean, it's possible you face some difficulties. I mean, even when you're already in the country. You understand? Because of course, when you're moving to a new country, it's just as if you're starting your life on a new page. You understand? A whole new people, whole new situation, whole new weather, everything new. You understand? So there's going to be some rocky roads for you at the beginning. But of course, that's a process of trying to find your balance. It's a process of trying to find your balance. It's a process by some of you, when you come, say the kind of job you will even get at first might not be the kind of job, but it doesn't mean that's job you will do for life. From one opportunity, you get opportunity for another one. From one opportunity, you get opportunity for another one. A guy came. I still had a conversation with that guy yesterday. He came. That was like some of you know him now, Mr. Royal, Mr. Romanus. I posted his when he got this, I posted it on my YouTube. The first job he got, he's already in Russia now. The first job he got, he was telling me yesterday is Korea service delivery. I tell you that he cannot do it because of the code, He said no, he's trying to look for another one. I was just laughing. So yesterday I now had to sit him down and advise him. I said, so you saw Korea job, you left it because of code. Kukuma dey Nigeria, we code not dey now. Why you can't come here? From one please don't reject job offers. Saying this for you also because I mean, not everybody on this call will do their process with me, of course. Some of you do other people. From one job, you get what, but if you are just coming newly, you still, but of course, there are a lot of jobs that you can do. And that is why, please, like I said, try to work with an agent that knows what he's doing. Very, very important. I can't count how many issues of people that are already in Russia here that I'm still solving. You understand? Maybe some of them are in some cities that are not really, maybe some of them, like that. One of the good thing about this place is that there is an enabling environment for you. And when I say enabling environment, is fact that don't forget that, number one, when you have a study visa, you can work with it. Two, there is no limitation of time. You get to work as many times as you like. Nobody's going to restrict you and say, oh, work so time, work so time, work so time, or so time, so. No. They leave you to plan your life. They leave you to plan yourself. So you are the one to know, how do I manage my time? When do I have classes? What time to what time do I have classes? This job can I do? What time to what time? You are the one to program your life. You understand what I'm saying? That's part of the reason why I said there's an enabling environment. Another reason why I say there's an enabling environment is the fact that the standard of living is very okay. Things are not expensive here compared to other countries. I mean, when you see the amount people are using to do things, and the amount we are spending here, we discover that we are living the quality, but at a much, much cheaper price. Education, quality, much, much cheaper. Standard of living itself, quality, but much, much cheaper. When I say quality, much, much cheaper, what are we buying? Your food stuff, your clothes, you understand? Things are very, very cheap here. Even down to accommodation. Hostel dormitory. You see some hostel dormitory for like 30,000 naira per month, 40,000 naira per month, 50,000 naira. Where do you want to get that kind of hostel dormitory in? I have a sister. And my biological sister, she has been in Canada for a long time, sha. I know how much she was paying for hostel dormitory before she now got to a private apartment. And I don't want that. I don't want to compare it because it's a waste of time. Because you know, you understand what I'm saying? And the hostel dormitory, everything is there, of course. It depends on you that is living there. You know how you take care of it. There are general cleaners that comes to clean normally. So with you living there, of course, you know how to take care of your yard. If you're living in a private apartment, nobody will come and clean it for you now. You clean your thing yourself. So some students are generally dirty. That's why you see some hostel that is, you know. You understand what I'm saying? So, and even if you want to get a private apartment, you don't have to be thinking of, oh, make I define $600, make I define $500, make I define other for apartment. I think in Naira, if you have about 200, 300K, you'll be able to get apartment per month, upward, 200K, 300K upward like that. You'll be able to get, a cozy apartment for yourself. It could be one room, it could be a studio apartment, whereby, of course, you'll be living your life. So, talking about the standard of living, even transportation system, very, very cheap, very, very affordable. Is it the train station? Is it the buses? Is it the buses here is 33,000. Anywhere you're going, 33,000 rupees. 33. Anywhere. 33,000 rupees. Just as if they are removing just as if your bank, the way your bank used to remove 4 naira from your bank charges, and you don't feel it. Just like that. So it's a country whereby, there are some people whereby their income is lower than expenditure. What they are spending is higher than what they are earning. Those kind of people, they are living on, minus zero level. There are some that their income is equals to expenditure. Those one are living on zero level. But you agree with me that one of the best ways of living comfortably is if your income is higher than your expenditure. What you are spending, what you are earning should be higher than what you are spending. That's one of the best ways of living comfortably. You'll be able to save more. You'll be able to do other things. You'll be able to, you understand? You'll be able to do other things for yourself. Nobody they will chase you about, say, yeah, pay tax for this one, pay tax for that one, pay tax for this one. You pay your apartment, you do your medical insurance for 1 year, which is for your own purpose, for your own good, either use it or not. So things are generally cheap. You don't face stress of, some people abroad, if they are working for something, they are working for, I must pay this thing, I must pay this bill, I must pay this bill. But yeah, nothing like that. See, I have to work to pay this thing at the end of the month, because everything comes easy, comes with, because that's the way the system is. It's not only for international students alone, even for their citizens, that's the way their system is. Their economy is, their standard of living is very, very okay. You understand? So naturally, they live quality at a very, very cheap price. So all some people are shouting, and there is war, there's war. All this one no send. All this one don't even see war. All the way I talk, they don't even know. They are just living their life. That's why if you go and see the number of people that are coming into Russia, you will know that this place no be for joke. And the earlier the better, because of course, very soon it will get much more difficult. The way it is last year, no, that's not how it is this year. And of course, there's still going to be changes. So the earlier the better. Now, talking about jobs, please come with an hustling mindset. Whatever job you find yourself doing, as long as it's not an illegal job, you should be ready to do it. It doesn't matter. Either it's a menial job, either it's a job, start from somewhere. Start making the money. Of course, it doesn't mean that that's where you'll be for life. Like I said before, I have some people that are doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I also have changed job like how many times? If you are doing one and you see another one, if that one no clash with the one way they do before, you are done. And if you don't say they clash, and this one is more better, you leave one and go to one, it's process, it's stage by stage. I just hope I'm able to communicate with you guys. So talking about jobs, we have different jobs. We have physical jobs, we have online jobs. We have those that are using their skill to make money here. You can use your skill to make money. In fact, now I've made example of, for example, you can do English teaching jobs. You can teach English online. You can teach English physical. I have people some of my guys that are teaching English physically in schools. You can teach English in schools. You can You can work in restaurants, you can work in bars and clubs, hotels, construction companies, factories. There are a lot of production companies here. This country is more of a producing nation than a consuming nation. They produce almost everything they use. So it's more of a producing nation. So you can't see any rate of unemployment. If you don't want to work, maybe now you no more work. You understand? If you don't want, you that don't want to work, pay you will not see the line. And some people don't know that even, while you are schooling, that's also another way because of course you are schooling your bachelor's, to get to a time they have to post you, to some places. I think that's at the third year, just like your IT in Nigeria, just like your IT, just like your CWS and all like that. They also have it yet. They post you and all like that to go and do your, those places. Now job be that too. If you, it's not like Nigerian CWS that they'll just say go and look for somewhere. I be your IT, go and look for. When I did my IT Nigeria time, just me go look for, no go find anywhere. At times I don't even go straight. So and people don't know that here when you come out with the first class, it's an automatic citizenship. Do you know why they give that automatic citizenship? Which means that if you know book, they don't want me you go be that. They don't want me you know book. So you see how the education aspect can also help you. But let's take it back to the work aspect I was talking about. So yeah, we have a lot of physical jobs that you can do. Some jobs they pay per day, some they pay per hour, some they pay per volume. When I say per volume is the more you do, the more you earn. Per hour, I love per hour jobs, yeah, because you get paid per hour. So it depends on you how many hours you want to do, how many hours you want to work. There are some is per day, could be 6, 7, 8 hours. Some job they pay per week, some per 2 weeks. But most jobs they're going to give you. It depends on you. Some students can try to take it. The way they do it sometimes is that if you are collecting per day, if you collect per week, they'll add more. They'll add more money, like an extra, something like that. You understand? But me, I'm collecting my own per hour. May nobody stress me. So, but you can do per week, you can do per 2 weeks, you can do per month. So it all depends on you. We also have online jobs that you can do from the comfortability of your home, and then you're making your money. One thing is here is that you don't need any special connection. You don't need to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody. And that's one thing I love about when there is already a system in place. When there is already a system in place, all you need to do is just to plug in. That's all. You understand? We have different job website here, like Avito, like HH, like Rabotech here, like JobLab. A lot of job website whereby if you open it, to your region, you see job vacancies, both online jobs, physical jobs, whichever one you can that you want to apply for. You understand? So you can even you can teach English online. Yeah, you can be a translator. Even some of you that have like tech experiences and all like that. There are a lot of jobs that you can do online from the comfortability of your home. All these things are things I'll show you by God's grace by the time you get to the federation. And also skill, also very, very important. Your skill can also earn you extra income. Yeah. Your skill can earn you extra income. Take it from me. I've seen some skills here that has made people I'll say billionaire, millionaires rather, in Naira. Yeah, in Naira. Yeah. That from that skill they are making, when I calculate the amount they are making, you know, when I change it to our currency back home, I see that these people are making millions. And these are skills that a lot of people have, and they are just maybe because, sometimes also, no matter what it depends on your environment too, you know. Sometimes, that's why sometimes there's always a need for a change of environment. Some of you don't know what you can do if you don't change your environment. Some of your environment can be limiting you and all like that. So you really need that movement. Some of you, I'm talking to you right now, you really need that. I'm not saying this because maybe you should come and meet me for your, no, either you're doing your prayer with anybody or not, but some of you know that you really need that movement. Sometimes a change of environment is necessary. Yeah. So there are different skills. You can learn barbing. You can learn how to sew clothes, tailoring, hairdressing. You can learn fashion designing. You can learn shoemaking. Some of you already know these things before. You know how to barb, you know how to, hairstyle. Some of you ladies, you know how to do makeup. Do you know how many makeup? See, I used to tell people, no, no Nigerian girl do makeup reach Russian girl. No Niger, I no see. So you see that, oh, they are white, they don't. Now then they use makeup pass. Now then they use makeup pass. Every class. If you kiss, now I know they kiss them for cheek again. Because if you kiss them on cheek like this, you see why. Kilo shele. So a lady, you can do makeup. I have a Nigerian girl like that, Mobola. She's a makeup artist. Omalon, and she stays in the dormitory. So almost all the ladies, and because she's good at it, that's a skill. So sometimes even before she goes to class in the morning, she just do like for 2 or 3, collect money. It's not part of her job. It's also a skill. You understand? Barbing too. I think I've said that before. Also, those that can do nails, nail technicians. You can do nails. You can, all this fixing of lashes and all like that. You can cook. You're a chef. You know, you have some tech skill. The cyber security and all like that. All these are skills that can help you. You can repair phones, laptop accessories, home appliances. These are extra skills that can, fetch you extra money in the federation, really. Take that advice from me and you're gonna thank me for life, Yeah. So also maybe a model, a photographer. You don't know, you don't know how much you're losing, man. So I'm just trying to like break everything down so that I'm not saying if you don't have skill, you can't make money, of course not. Me, if I come say I no get skill. So when I never knew I will be a teacher in my life, say, until I got here. I've never wished to be a teacher in my life. But now, I'm a proud teacher. All right. So yeah. So I believe by now, you have a basic understanding of how, the standard of living, the job aspect, the work aspect and all like that. And I mean, whatever fears that you have, I'm able to, so feel relaxed, feel okay. It's normal. You come in. Please don't let anybody promise you heaven on earth. Trust me. Money is not falling on the floor here. You work. I used to tell people, when you will give you $1 for free, you work for it. But of course, it doesn't matter that you are coming here to, like I said, study, work. So it's normal. You come into a new country, you face some rocky roads and all like that. Maybe it's the job you got at first. It's not the type of job you really want. It's normal. It's normal. You understand? I'm only using this to encourage, like, you just need to keep moving. Like I said, there's an enabling environment for you. There is. And of course, by special grace of God also, I would also give you all the support, that I have been giving to other people also, So, and by special grace of God, I'm going to be seeing you very soon in the Russian Federation. By the special grace of God. If you know very soon you'll be coming to Russia, let me see some emojis. You can send me some yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I can see some messages. Some of you you're not able to. Maybe some of you are not able to get the chat box. All right. All right. So that is that on that, and I believe we have a good understanding about that.